So it is gonna leave me here. Unless we are gonna go back. Oh, you know what? That's what we did before. Because we did the subway, and then after the subway, we went to the tower. So this is probably the hotel, and then from the hotel, we're gonna go to the tower and see something there. That's right. That's right. So we're not gonna do Saga yet. Okay. But it still stands. Like I don't know how that's gonna transition once we do that part. These dipshits are still fucking here. I'm friendly. Don't hurt me. Leave me alone.
Parliament Tower was here, again. Zane said the manuscript of return was the key to escaping. I had to get it before Scratch did.
Although we could go back to her right now. So we do have the janitor closet. Um, now let's just do the tower. I'm assuming, like I said, that it's gonna switch back automatically. If not, then I'll have to do it at the next janitor spot. It's covered in blood now.
Scratch was closing in, gaining control. I couldn't let him escape the dark place. I had to keep him from Alice.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Go to hell!
She has like all those pictures and shit that like pop up. Return. When the door opens, always like snaps a picture of people. Oh, grenade. Yeah. Flashlight, bro.
Alice had turned the bathroom into a dark room.
Right. Let's say. No such things are too personal. Yeah, whatever. The dark place.
I needed to get inside the manuscript.
Hey, this apartment looks different. Hey, Barry. Hey, Alice, everything good with you back home? Just checking in. Tried to call, but you couldn't reach you. You're probably just deep in your creative process. I know how you artists get when you're in the middle of your projects, everything else disappears. If you call back and can't reach me, I'm doing whatever it is an executive producer is supposed to do. Still a mystery to me. Oh, and if you want me to help you with anything business related to your exhibition, just say the word. Your pal, Barry. Hey Alice, Shark Circling. They now want to turn what happened to Al into a movie and or a TV show. And or get this, a fucking video game. I told him to fuck off. Also, in case you hear about this from someone else, a true crime writer named Tammy Booker is working on a book about Al. I hunted down her publisher and told them we'll sue. Hey Alice, checking in, cause I haven't heard from you. Been good back there? I've been trapped in non-stop meetings and no breaks. Open kimono. I have considered peeing in a mug and lunches be damned. How these people ever get a movie made when all they do is sit in meetings is beyond me. Hey Alice, you're gonna think I've been replaced by an evil devil, but I've joined a cult and I love it. Joking about being in a cult, kind of blessed wellness retreat. Working with Alan or the Andersons was tough sometimes, but these movie biz types, this thing's tripping my eyes when you move it. These biz types are insane. My stress levels are through the roof. Blah 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 blah. really anything there's like useful. Basically, they wanted to make a movie about what happened in the first game. Got it. Or at least he's keeping in touch with her, trying to, you know, make sure she's cool. And then he's looking for out for himself, like always do.
For months after Ellen died, I didn't leave the apartment. I was flattened by the confusion, the shock, the guilt, fear. I could barely get out of bed. Barry Wheeler started visiting. He even cooked me meals. I couldn't stand the guy when I first met him, but he's a better friend than I gave him credit for. And he still checks in, even after he moved out west.
Alice's work had consumed the apartment.
Yeah, no shit. This is 3. There's 2.
One morning, I saw a deer soar past my bedroom window. It was a balloon of some cartoon animal. And I looked out at the street below, and I saw a little girl crying. Like losing that balloon had just ended her whole world. It was the perfect image of the horror of caring. And that's when I got myself out of bed. And I picked up my camera.
So I want to capture everyone's sadness.
There was something in the dark.
The boogeyman.
Something I needed to see, to show. The more shadows I photographed and filmed, the more I felt like I was on the verge of a breakthrough. I submerged myself in it. I only went out at night. My search became obsessive, but I still had no idea what I was looking for. There's a world hidden behind ours. A dark tide ebbing and flowing against reality. Faces in the shadows. Fear of the dark is really just fear of what could be, that vast, paralyzing ocean. But photography can freeze reality in a snapshot. Put a cage around the infinite and capture it. I need to prove those faces are really there.
The Dark Place. The Art. Alice Wake. Let's look at it.
manuscript of a novel. Return. A horror story about the dark presence escaping from the dark place, taking over Bright Falls. I couldn't remember writing it. I had not written it. I would never write this. I knew who had. Scratch. A monster with my face. If this story came true, Scratch would get out, people would die. Destroying the manuscript, it wouldn't stop it from happening. I would have to fix it, edit it. I could not change the genre of the story. I'd have to work within the constraints set by Scratch. I needed someone in the story to fight the darkness. Saga Anderson. I kept seeing her in my visions. She was already in Bright Falls, already involved, but she was not in Return. Not yet. I'd write her in. Try to stop Scratch within the limits of the horror story. It was almost impossible. It was taking too long. I had not reached the end.
Found you. Well, apparently we just got shot. Yeah. So I knew the that part was calling me short. That one's just the tower where you go. So I'm assuming there's 7. Well, no, because there's different videos. So those 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4. So that was 4, 5. So maybe there's only 2 more Alice videos then? If it logs it that way. But yeah. So now, like last episode ended. Hold on one second, I draw my fucking paper. So like last episode ended where I was like, I don't know if we're gonna go back to Saga, like it switched back there automatically, or we'd have to switch in. This leads me more into I think we're gonna get pushed back into her now just because of how this one ended, but who knows. But yeah, that's I don't know. But it's gonna be interesting to see if we switch back to her now or not. Kind of hate making that an episode just because it is very short. It's only like 10 minutes, but it is what it is. I mean, for story purposes, like, oh, that was just a part. Let me make another episode for another part so they don't like intertwine, especially if I like. Because I know like some of the parts I don't do all in one episode, but I don't know. I'm just gonna make it a part. Fuck it. I think I did earlier too. But the real question is, what's gonna happen now? We're gonna get pushed back to Saga or continue as Alan. If we do continue as Alan, I will next janitor room. I'm gonna switch back. So the theme that we learned here though too is like, oh, the story is written by Scratch. She's like, oh, the names are scratched out. So Scratch wrote this story. So it says that, you know, Alan Wake had written it, but it was scratched out. So he was actually the one that did all the scratching out. It was scratching out this, trying to rewrite the story. And then Saga apparently was never part of the story, but, you know, since he's been seeing her, like, oh, you know, she's not in it, let me write her in. So he's trying to, like, fill her into the story and add her to it. So yeah, but that is the interesting thing that, you know, it's not like he had written it and then the Scratch dude came in and started scratching everything out. He is actually technically Scratch if you look at it that way. Like, you know, the Dark Presence may have written it, but Alan Wake is technically now Scratch, as in he's trying to rewrite the entire fucking thing. Yeah, let's continue.